In the hills of Sikkim, a quiet but powerful revolution is sweeping through the streets. At the center of it is MT Sherpa, the Secretary of the Urban Development Ministry, who has been instrumental in driving forward the Swachh Sarvekshan Abhiyan, a project that is turning heads not just within Sikkim but across India. There have been other cleanliness drives across the country. So how is this campaign different from others, and what is it? I am Srajan Girdonia. You are watching Indian Masterminds. Let's begin. Sikkim's Swachh Sarvekshan Abhiyan is no ordinary cleanliness drive. This initiative, launched earlier this year, has tapped into something much deeper: the spirit of community ownership. At the heart of this effort are 23 self-help groups spread across 7 urban local bodies, each group driven by a shared determination to make their neighborhoods cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable. But how are they doing this? They are not just picking up garbage, they are changing the very mindset of their fellow citizens. This initiative, which operates under the Urban Development Ministry, is showcasing something that many large-scale government programs have struggled to achieve: sustained real-world impact. For years, the Indian government has launched multiple campaigns aimed at cleaning up cities and rivers. From the much-touted Ganga Action Plan, which aimed to purify the holy river, to city-based cleanliness campaigns, many of these efforts have fallen short of their ambitious goals. Despite massive investments and resources, these initiatives have often been plagued by a lack of community engagement and poor execution at the grassroots levels. Take, for example, the Ganga Action Plan launched in the 1980s, or even the more recent Namami Gange project. Despite decades of work and enormous funds poured into them, the Ganga still continues to struggle with pollution. Why? Because the approach was top-down, with the government leading the charge and the community largely sidelined. Without strong community investment, such initiatives turn into bureaucratic exercises where the responsibility lies only with the officials and not with the people directly contributing to the pollution. The same can be said for urban cleanliness drives that have come and gone without leaving much of a lasting impact. One of the examples of a successful cleanliness initiative is Indore, where the local administration and the people came together for a shared purpose: to make Indore the cleanest city in India. And they succeeded. But this was also possible only because the public was also involved in this campaign and they had a sense of responsibility. Now coming back to the Swachh Sarvekshan Abhiyan. MT Sherpa's Swachh Sarvekshan Abhiyan in Sikkim also follows this model. Instead of simply relying on government machinery to enforce cleanliness, the initiative brings everyday citizens into the fold. By engaging 23 active SHGs, or self-help groups, composed mostly of women, the project empowers local communities to take charge of their surroundings. These women aren't just passive participants. They are actively educating, monitoring, and correcting behaviors in their neighborhoods. They knock on doors, ride with garbage trucks, and hold people accountable in real time. Think of it like this: you toss a plastic wrapper on the street at night thinking no one would notice. The next morning, a member of the SHG, someone from your very own neighborhood, knocks on your door. She's not here to scold you, but to educate. She explains how your careless act contributes to a bigger problem: landfills overflowing with mixed waste, pollution seeping into the soil and water, and how segregating your waste can make a world of difference. It's not just about cleaning up the streets, it's about cleaning up old habits. These women don't take a backseat. They've been trained to be effective agents of change, receiving hands-on instructions on waste management. They know how to conduct surveys, how to communicate with the public, and most importantly, how to enforce the critical practice of waste segregation, separating wet, dry, and hazardous waste. It wasn't long before people began to take notice. Schools, colleges, and even local businesses are now part of the conversation, with SHG members regularly visiting these places to talk about waste segregation. They are not just dropping off pamphlets, they are leading by example, showing how easy it can be to sort waste at the source. And that's just the beginning. These women go door to door making sure every household is on board. They ride along with garbage collection vehicles, checking the waste is properly separated before it reaches the dump yard. But the road hasn't been without bumps. Old habits die hard, and there are still people who resist the change. Yet the SHGs have remained steadfast. For them, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. They've faced moments of frustration, but they've never given up. But this initiative isn't running on hope alone. The government is providing critical financial support, with each SHG receiving 1 lakh rupees per year, split into 4 installments. This money helps them purchase the essentials like safety kits, tools, and other resources that make their job more effective. With these funds, the SHGs are equipped to monitor waste disposal in nearly every ward of Sikkim's urban local bodies. As MT Sherpa, Secretary of Sikkim's Urban Development Ministry, explains, when the community takes charge, the results are far more powerful than anything the government could achieve on its own. And he's right. Let's not forget the core of their message: segregation. Without it, waste piles up in landfills, losing its potential to be recycled or reused. When waste is mixed, it becomes just another environmental hazard, contributing to pollution and even posing risks to public health. But when the waste is segregated at the source, when dry waste is collected for recycling, wet waste is composted or repurposed, and hazardous materials are disposed of properly, the burden on the environment is dramatically reduced. What do you think about this initiative? Let us know in the comments. Also, what are the efforts being made to clean up your city? You can also write that in the comments. Also, subscribe to Indian Masterminds. Thank you for watching.